Hello everyone, welcome to From the Star Wars Home Video Library. I'm your host Nathan P. Butler. This time we look at something that's of a style that I usually don't really get into all that much, but something I added to my Star Wars Home Video Library recently nonetheless. It was actually while I was searching for other Star Wars Celebration-based DVDs, like the limited edition, damn right it's limited, Trivial Pursuit DVD that we looked at recently, or that Sideshow Collectibles and Alliances formed DVD, both from Celebration 3. Turns out that searching Star Wars and Celebration winds up running across something that is much more widely available than those, that is of a type, again, that I'm not usually all that interested in, but that kind of struck me, because it's sort of a companion piece in a lot of ways to the interest that drew me into Star Wars A Musical Journey, that DVD that comes with the Revenge of the Sith CD release from back in 2005. And that is a special concert. It was the opening night concert of the 2014-2015 season at the Walt Disney Concert Hall of the Los Angeles Philharmonic. And the entire thing was John Williams music. Every bit of it was a tribute to John Williams. John Williams, who was also in attendance and at one point called up to actually conduct part of the Star Wars fair in that concert. Not usually a classical music guy, but I love John Williams music. Not usually a let's watch the Philharmonic perform type of guy. That's much more of a thing that, like my dad is interested in, the Philharmonic stuff for sure. But it wasn't really something that I had really latched myself onto at all individually here. But this caught my attention with John Williams and Star Wars music, and I wanted to show you both versions of this that are available because it actually was kind of neat for a change of pace here. So this is the DVD version. Again, it's dated 2015 because this is the 2014-2015 opening night. It says, from Walt Disney Concert Hall, Gustavo Dudamel, if I'm saying it right, I'm going to mess up a lot of names here, Los Angeles Philharmonic, Itzhak Perlman, opening gala concert, a John Williams celebration. Star Wars, Catch Me If You Can, Fiddler on the Roof, Schindler's List, Amistad. And then the publishing company actually puts these out as C major. Okay? Spine, DVD, symbol for the LA Philharmonic, a John Williams celebration, Gustavo Dudamel, Los Angeles Philharmonic. Over here, you have a product number and then C major, making sure there's a product number there because I can't really see it on the screen here. Very, very tiny. Nothing on the top or bottom. On the back, we have our information about it, along with stats like NTSC, 16:9, etc., legalese and whatnot. Your symbols there, WDR, ART, ARTE, Bernard Fleischer, Moving Images, LA Philharmonic, WNET 13, looks like NHK. It is rated 0 in other regions there, DVD video, DTS, C major. UPC symbol there. It is region free, region 0, so worldwide. Total running time 103 minutes. Concert is 85 minutes, bonus feature 18 minutes. Nice that they actually break that down. You got images here along the side. So what does this say? For its 2014-15 opening night concert and gala, the Los Angeles Philharmonic paid loving tribute to composer John Williams, long a champion and close friend of the LA Phil, that is Philharmonic. Gustavo Dudamel, I'm sure I'm saying that wrong, an awestruck fan of the musical icon, led the orchestra in a cross-section of Maestro Williams's matchless canon. Oh my god, they said canon! Is it story group canon, C canon, T canon, N canon, S canon, G canon? Shut up! It's canon as far as body of musical works, the definitive body of musical works. Don't use canon with Star Wars fans, we'll crap ourselves. A John Williams celebration from Walt Disney Concert Hall. Olympic fanfare and theme. Soundings, that's something that was actually created specifically by John Williams to sort of showcase this Walt Disney Concert Hall and the acoustics in it when it opened. Schindler's List, Fiddler on the Roof, Catch Me If You Can, Star Wars, Amistad, Jaws, The Empire Strikes Back. Itzhak Perlman, violin, Los Angeles Philharmonic, Gustavo Dudamel, video director Michael Bayer, produced by Bernhard Fleischer. Bonus, interviews with John Williams, Gustavo Dudamel, and Itzhak Perlman. Okay? And that is actually... it's John Williams with Gustavo together talking as a bonus interview, and Itzhak Perlman as a separate bonus thing. a separate bonus interview there. They're not actually 3 separate interviews. It is just 2. Taken out of the slipcover, and you have a DVD case that is essentially identical. Okay, so nothing surprising there. You open it. Here's our disc. Okay, with that 0 rating for, let's say that's like German, maybe? Or Denmark, perhaps? Because we saw that same logo on that German copy of Attack of the Jedi, Lego Star Wars The Yoda Chronicles Attack of the Jedi. So I'm assuming maybe German. It's a C major, opening gala concert, a John Williams celebration and the rating thing, WDR, Art, ARTE, Bernard Fleischer Moving Pictures, LA Philharmonic, WNET 13, NHK over here, your legalese, product number and whatnot with DVD video, legalese also around the edge as well. I guess this is some legalese. Some of it also says a production of blah, blah, blah. Okay. There's your image there, similar to the cover image. And then inside this clear case, you have the location again. And then you have a cool little insert booklet. Gustavo and John Williams there walking. The booklet has a similar cover to the actual home video release here. But inside, it's kind of like a program. It lets you know what's playing when. It has a John Williams celebration there in English. But then as you flip, it's other languages that are essentially saying the same thing until you get to the end, and it's Philharmonic credits and whatnot there as well. So definitely not generally the type of thing I would pick up. So I was curious, what am I going to see? And it is essentially the entire performance. And as they're playing, you see the Philharmonic, great camera work and whatnot to show people playing. It's not just all one static camera or anything. And in the background on a big screen, it's kind of like showing Star Wars concept art, but it's moving. It's like it's a concept art image like of an X-Wing, but it's zipping away and that sort of thing, which makes it kind of neat as a background thing there. Of course, that's for the Star Wars portion. There's other things in the background for the other musical portions. And it isn't all just continuous. You know, there are breaks in it for, you know, clapping and all that kind of stuff, as you would expect. And what's really kind of cool about it is that when they get to the Star Wars part, it's just the regular conductor here, Gustavo, whose last name I keep mispronouncing, I think. And it's weird because it's kind of like, here's the throne room theme, but then here's the throne room theme again, leading into the end titles of A New Hope, which was kind of odd to hear that same sound a couple of times there in a row, but leading into essentially the finale music of that film. And then you get further on, after you hear other music, and you get John Williams in the audience asked to come up and actually conduct. And he comes up and conducts the Imperial March from The Empire Strikes Back. And in the process of him doing that, out come people dressed as stormtroopers, probably 501st members. Out comes someone dressed as Darth Vader. Really kind of neat stuff to give it sort of that feel of this is Star Wars. Although, you know, you got to kind of think that, okay, if they're going to have people in costume already ready to go and everything for when John Williams is conducting, obviously he was going to call John Williams down. Surely this was planned ahead of time, right? Although it has the feel of being kind of impromptu when it happens. Maybe they were just expecting, you know, the stormtroopers and everybody to come out when the regular conductor was finishing things up. Really kind of an unusual experience for me to watch this. And it's on DVD in that case. Whew. It's okay, but it's DVD. Thankfully, in this day and age, you don't have to stick with just DVD. If you want a better experience visually and auditorily, which is incredibly important in this case, you get the DVD. You can get a Blu-ray version of this, the one that I would definitely recommend of the two. Similar packaging here on the front. Similar information here on the back, only this is region ABC, of course, rather than being region 0, because that's not a thing the way that they talk about Blu-rays and whatnot, but generally set up the same way. Blu-ray symbol is a DVD symbol, but again, generally set up the same way. Similar, 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 I keep saying. The disc, similar setup, except in this case, again, is Blu-ray, so Blu-ray symbol down here. Similar booklet, only smaller to fit the Blu-ray case. This one I did get still sealed and has a little sticker there that says, bonus, exciting interviews with John Williams, Gustavo Dudamel, and Itzhak Perlman. Okay. And again, kind of clear so you can see the venue through the Walt Disney Concert Hall. This definitely is the one that I would check out. For me, like visually, I can see a difference, especially on certain movies, like say Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, where it's all dark near the end of the film. You can see a significant difference between standard definition and high definition, and between high definition and 4K, the Ultra HD. I can see a big difference. And for someone with eyesight issues in particular, the jump to HD for that film was amazing. The jump to 4K, also great, because I had a hard time seeing all the detail in those darkened areas where it's mostly shades of black, which don't have as much differentiation as something would say HDR, back when I was watching it on DVD. But when it came to the audio of Blu-ray, I've always appreciated it, and it was one of those things that just slapped me across the face when I first started playing Blu-rays at all. Because I remember, I think the first DVD I ever got was Fight Club. But then the first Blu-ray that I picked up, I believe, was iRobot. Will Smith's iRobot. And I remember putting in that Blu-ray and starting to watch that film, and when it gets to the point early on where they're, I think, introducing Will Smith's character and he puts on some music, it blew me away how clear that music was compared to on a DVD. And ever since then, I've really appreciated music on Blu-ray, especially with something like, I would not really have picked up concerts on DVD, but I picked up, for instance, a Bon Jovi concert on Blu-ray. I really wish that Panic at the Disco, the concert that is entirely available on friggin' YouTube, that has him, for instance, doing Moving Out by Billy Joel. It's the same concert that was used for the All My Friends Were Glorious tour album, the Death of the Bachelor tour. I'm geeking out on Panic at the Disco here. But I really wish that was available on Blu-ray, because the sound is so much better than on those other formats and whatnot. So this was something that I was like, you know what? The fact that it's Blu-ray, this excites me, because it's going to sound terrific. And you know what? It absolutely does. It's a live performance, sounds outstanding. And this is coming from someone who is not a big audiophile, P-H-I-L-E, but someone who can really appreciate that jump in quality, and you can certainly tell here. Definitely a fun item. Again, not really my scene. Not sure why they do the whole kind of thing to like point to each other, like John Williams and the conductor constantly doing that to each other. I guess that's a thing of like, no, you get the praise. You get the praise. Bow. I guess that's their way of saying you should bow or something. But it definitely was unique for me because it's not something I usually watch, but definitely something I enjoyed watching, and that Blu-ray quality, audio-wise, really stood out for me. So if you're into this sort of thing, this is definitely something to pick up. Even if you're not like I am, it may be something still to pick up for your Star Wars home video library, because it's Star Wars related, it's got the Star Wars performances in it, and it's just different. And you know what, with John Williams now stepping away from Star Wars composing, now that he's finished up with The Rise of Skywalker, this would be a great time to sort of celebrate his musical role in shaping what Star Wars is. It wouldn't be Star Wars without John Williams or those inspired by his style of music. So again, you can pick up the opening gala concert of the Los Angeles Philharmonic for 2014 and 2015's season, a John Williams celebration on DVD or woohoo, Blu-ray, available out there now. Easy to actually find these for the most part on eBay, and you may even be able to buy it directly still at this point. I'm glad I did. I'm glad it's now part of my Star Wars home video library, even though the Star Wars content does not make up the bulk of the content. It's John Williams, and he is the maestro. With that, we'll wrap up this episode. Thank you for watching, and may the Force be with the home video viewers and listeners.